Okay. Yeah. So yesterday, we met on Saturday morning. We have planned a few things. I posted the agenda exactly. However, we have. I wanted to do. We were able to do exactly same thing, same time. Everything happened so perfectly, just how we planned. So yeah, we had a wonderful time. Morning we met. First thing we did 40 minutes of meditation, and then we had lunch, and then we all went to park. We connected with nature. We we did nature walking, and then we came back. We did again meditation, and then we took some videos, some reels, dance. We did the dance meditation, and then we did a golden formula meditation 2 hours, and then we had a discussion, Sajjana Sangacham with everyone, and then dinner. And most of the people have left, and only few members were there. We all went to park outside. We had meditation with stars. We played in the park, connected with the moon. It was beautiful. And again, early morning, we did meditation at 4 o'clock, 4 to 7. We tried to do meditation. And then after that, we had breakfast. Again, we went to another park. We enjoyed energy yoga exercise in the park. And then we went to other meditators' house. And then we dispersed. That's how it went those 2 days. So yeah, a lot of activities were done.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, it was a beautiful 2 days. Really enjoyed thoroughly.
Very nice, very nice.
So we'll listen to the experiences another day. Actually, today I'm reading Power of Now book again from the beginning. The same Power of Now the day we discussed, right? The same book. So from the beginning, I was reading. You all know the author Eckhart Tolle. So Eckhart, he has described how he has got enlightenment in the first chapter. And at the very beginning, he has described. Okay, he used to, his he has he lived in a state of continuous anxiety and depression. He used to have suicidal thoughts, and he used to feel very depressed. So one day it reached to the peak, and he woke up with absolute dread feeling. That was very intense that day. And then suddenly he described something happened, something amazing happened. So that is how he got enlightenment. Somehow I was very curious to know what is enlightenment, how you can describe the enlightenment. So this has given me the answer. How he described exactly how he has experienced the enlightenment. So do you guys want to know how he got enlightenment? How does it feel to be enlightened? Yeah. Yeah. So this is what he said that morning. I cannot live with myself any longer. This was the thought that kept repeating itself in my mind. Then something amazing happened. He went into the strange realization. He felt that he was drawn into what seemed like a vortex of energy. It was a slow movement at first, then accelerated. He was gripped by an intense fear, and the body started to shake. He heard the words, resist nothing, as if spoken inside from his chest. He could feel being sucked into the void. It felt as if the void was inside himself rather than outside. Suddenly, there was no more fear, and he felt uh, he has fallen into that void. And then there is no recollection of what had happened later. Then he woke up with the birds chirping sound from the window, and he had never heard such sound before. The sound also he heard it very differently. And all the things, he knew all the things, but they all looked differently. Tears came into his eyes. He got up, walked around the room. He recognized the room. He felt as though he had not seen that room before. Everything was fresh and pristine, and if it had come into existence just now. He picked up few things like a pencil, bottle, and looking at them with amazement. He was looking at the beauty and aliveness of those things. So everything looked very beautiful. Everything looked very alive. So and he walked around the city with the utter amazement, the miracle of life on earth. If I had just been born into this world, if he had. So this is how he explained after his enlightenment. So for the next 5 months, I lived in a state of uninterrupted deep peace and bliss. After that, it diminished somewhat in intensity, or it just seemed to or it just seemed because it has become my natural state. I could still function in the world, although I realized that nothing I ever did could possibly add anything to what I already had. So something profound had happened to him. He did not understand what it is until several years later. He read some spiritual texts and spent some time with the spiritual gurus. So everybody was so he realized that he had got that what everybody is looking for. The intense pressure of suffering that must have forced his consciousness to withdraw from the identification with the unhappy and deeply fearful self, with the ultimately fiction of the mind. The withdrawal must have been so complete that this false suffering self immediately collapsed. just as if a plug has been pulled out. What was then left was my true nature, and as the ever present I am, consciousness in its pure state prior to identification with form. So he was suffering a lot. Uh, he was with this unhappy and deeply fearful feeling, and that is the fiction of mind. The all the feelings, they are created by mind. When he withdraw that feeling, that suffering, immediately it was taken out, as if we are stopping sinkhole ke, we use the plug, if we remove that, just like that, all that suffering has been removed, and he experienced, he connected to the consciousness, ever present I am consciousness. So that is how he has described his enlightenment. And he learned later on, he learned to um, go into that state of inner timeless and deathless realm that he had originally pursued as a voice void, and remain fully consciousness. He learned to go into the void where there is peace and there is a timelessness and deathless realm. He described that way, and he learned to live there with consciousness. So, in such state, indescribable bliss and secondness, that even the original experience I just have experienced is in comparison. So after he learned to go and stay in that consciousness, he is experiencing amazing bliss, indescribable bliss. The first he has in the first time he has experienced bliss, but after that, after many years, he learned to with consciously go there and stay there. Then this bliss is even more intense. So with mm, a time came when for a while I was left with nothing on the physical plane. I had no relationships, no job, no home, no socially defined identity. I spent almost 2 years sitting on a park bench in a state of most intense joy. Yeah. So that is what enlightenment is. He can live with just experiencing that indescribable joy. He was sitting on the park bench for 2 years. Okay, just enjoying himself. So later, people would occasionally come up to him and ask, how can I get it? He answers, you have it already. You just can't feel it because your mind is making it too noisy. So I'll just summarize it about what I have read until now. So this is Ekata Tolle's experience, how he has experienced enlightenment. So he used to feel sad and depressed, and he has suicidal thoughts, so much of depression. So the one day it reached the peak, and suddenly the realization happened. So this enlightenment can happens in different ways, because he is at the utmost negative period that has caused him enlightenment. That is one way of getting enlightenment. It is not for everyone, but that is how he got it. So once he reached the peak, he just felt as if he is sucked into the uh, void, and there he started experiencing the bliss. So this with practice he mastered it, and he learned to live with that bliss. And for 2 years he just spent time with this bliss alone without doing anything else. So that is how intense this bliss is. So in this book, in the Power of Now book, he is giving um, how we can achieve this. How what he describes. Um, he said, if somebody asks him how can I achieve it, he says it is already within you. All you need to do is uh, uh, avoid your physical mind. You have to come out of your physical mind. Your mind is making too much of noise, so that's why you are not able to hear it. So you need to come out of it. So what actually Buddha says, what is enlightenment? Buddha says, Buddha had given the definition of enlightenment as end of suffering. End of all sufferings is enlightenment. When you accept everything, whatever is happening, and if you can stay blissful, that is enlightenment. So in this book, he is explaining how we can silence that mind, how we can um, get to that state of enlightenment. Okay, understood, friends? What how so far did you all get it? What I have described? Yeah. So enlightenment is state of blissfulness, where you cannot suffer, where everything is happy, where you feel the bliss. There is no suffering. So we have to reach to that state. How can we reach to that state? When we silence our mind. So we have to um, watch the thinker. When you learn to watch the thinker, means we get thoughts, right? We have to watch it from a different consciousness. When you are separate from from who is thinking, when you can watch your thoughts as a separate consciousness, then that is a success. If you can make that habit, then you will be able to uh, silence the mind. So there is a story. He said once there is a beggar. He's sitting by the side of the road, and he's asking a stranger to give him some money. That the stranger said, I do not have any money. What he asked, the stranger asked the beggar, what you are sitting on? He said, I'm sitting on a old box. I've been sitting on it from many years. He said, what is in there in that box? He asked. The stranger asked. The beggar said, I don't know. I have never opened it. It's nothing, he said. Why don't you open and see? Said the stranger. And the beggar opened the box, and he found a lot of money inside the box. He's been sitting on that, but he doesn't know there is money inside the box. In the same way, the all that enlightenment, all the bliss is inside us, but we are not. We are carrying it every day within us, but we do not know. We do not. We have not seen it. So he's saying all those people who has not realized the self is a beggar. Those who have not found their true wealth, which is the radiant joy of being and the deep unshakable peace that comes with it, are beggars, even if they have great material wealth. Okay, so that joy and the peace are inside us only. We just have to see it. How we see it? When you are present, when your attention is fully and intensely in the now, when you when the mind is still, that is when you experience this feeling of realization, which is enlightenment. So that is what we have to do. We have to keep the mind still, and we have to present. When you are present, when your attention is fully and intensely in the now. So we have to experience the now, present moment intensively. Then the self feeling of realization happens, and then that is what enlightenment. That is what he says. So, friends, that is what we have to do. Whatever we do, we have to present fully in the moment. He said, mind is a superb instrument if we use it rightly, but using it wrongly, however, it becomes very destructive. Means we are not using mind at all. The mind is using you. This is called a disease because the mind has taken over you. If you cannot turn off your mind whenever you want to, means if you cannot stay without any thoughts when the mind is not needed, then that means the mind is using you. You should be able to learn to turn off your thoughts when it's not needed. Okay. So the one way we to do is watching the thinker. Okay, then the higher level of consciousness activates, and the mind becomes silent. So when you watch it as a thinker, when you watch your mind as a third person, you will realize there is the voice. You will realize the third person. You will see the person who is listening to your thoughts. That is I am realization. That is the third person who is watching your thoughts is the real I am. Okay. It comes beyond. It is present beyond your mind. So we have to learn to see that I am. Okay. So we have to learn to practice this. The more we practice, the more we will become successful. So yeah, that is that we learn to do this in meditation, right? We learn to observe the thoughts. So we are with practice, the gap between the thoughts becomes larger, and we experience the thoughtless state in between the thoughts, right? Same way we have to learn to observe during the daytime as well, during our active state as well. So we need to today, from in today's meditation, maybe try to look for the thinker, means become a third person and observe what is happening in your mind. Observe the thinker. Okay, then you identify yourself as a third person. You identify yourself as a I am consciousness. Okay, friends, that is what Eckhart Tolle's Power of Now first chapter itself is giving this much of profound wisdom. So hope you all understood. So we many people think that enlightenment is very it's very far, and we cannot achieve it. But it's not that far, friends. We can do it if we learn the ways, if we know what it is exactly, what we have to know, then it is possible. So you please, try. If you try towards it, it is possible to achieve it. Okay, we are all doing a lot of meditation, and meditation gives us the support that is needed, the wisdom and the guidance that is needed. All we need to have is intention to achieve that enlightenment, to reach to that state. So while doing meditation and while living your normal day-to-day life, try to observe the thinker today, tonight and tomorrow. Practice that and see if you can connect to the self. If you can experience the bliss at least for a short time. Okay, that is what enlightenment is. Okay, friends, hope it made sense. Get it, friends? Any questions? Anybody has any questions, or if you would like to share anything?
Yeah, it was nice, Malika ji. Thank you. And similarly, just today I had a chance to read that 1,000 seeds
It's
of
of
joy.
joy. Mm.
Same that the same concept. They're saying if you think about your past or your future, your
Yeah.
sorrows, or you start worrying. Only
Mm.
when you start thinking about now,
Mm.
you don't get that thing. And very nicely, same like this, they have also said that um, when you control your mind, then you're, it's quite nice. Like you start controlling your soul and your the other word I forgot. So they all like get synced. I can't remember. I just
Mm.
the other
Yeah.
word. It's the mind,
Mm.
soul, and your physical things. So yeah, same like that.
Body, mind,
Okay.
body, and soul.
Body.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Something like that. The author says it's nice. Like just
Mm.
one small bit today I read. It's
Mm.
like so coincidence. You're also saying about the
Mm.
same thing. Nice. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, all the books summary would be all the teachings summary would be the same: to experience joy, to be in the thoughtless state, to be in the present moment. So they all say the same thing in different ways, and they give different techniques. We can learn all those things, and we just have to try and see which one we can adopt, and we have to practice that. Whichever we have connected, we have to practice. So yeah, thank you, Kaitaji, for sharing that. So let's do the meditation, friends. So take your meditation very sincerely. Do meditation sincerely. Try to be in thoughtless state. Give importance to your efforts. Instead of doing just like that, uh, do with awareness. Okay. Okay. Okay, friends. Thank you. Thank you all. Hope you all are ready to go for meditation. Yes, shall we go?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.